this session will be starting structures. See structures. Structure is a user-defined data type. What are user-defined data types? Structure, union, enumeration. These three are user-defined data types. Structure, union, typedef. These three are user-defined data types, which is used to store collection of different kinds of data. Yeah, this is a user-defined data type which can be stored collection of different kinds of data. Structure keyword is used to declare the structure. Variable names inside the structure called members of the structure. This is the struct prototype and members. This is example struct course structure name. This is the struct keyword, whereas it contains different data types. These are called members, and then these are called structure definition. And then this is accessing the struct members. For these are the structure. For accessing, you need to create object of the structure. That is called, this is the creating object. Through object, we can access the website name. C dot website name. This C dot website name. Then C dot subject. C dot price. This is the course details. This is a simple program. That the same kind of printing also same. Yeah, let's do one by one examples. How can we do this one? I'm opening the dev C++ editor. Okay, this is a simple structure program. That student contains student name, student ID, student marks. It has three different data types. And then this is as defined, instead of printf, I can use pf. Instead of scanf, I have defined as sf. Instead of printf scanf, I can use pf sf. Entire program. This is some kind of alias we can do. Struct to student ID. Yeah, see, this is the student structure, and then I have created object called stud. Now how to access the name? Student dot name, student dot id, student dot marks. This is how we can access the variables in the structure through object dot this member, object dot member. Through object dot member we can access. This is something like user defined data type we define. In this data type there are structure is a user defined data type. This is the student, whatever the structure name called student. In this student structure there are three fields. There will be a number of fields. There is no restriction at all. You can put um, subject 1, subject 2 until subject 7, average, all kind of things you can put. And then please enter username. Yeah, scanf percentile s student dot name, and then enter id, student id. Enter marks. This is float now, that's a percentile f. Then same thing you can display as well. Whatever the addition we did, you can display. You can see printf, execute, compile and run. Some problem here. Yeah, execute, compile and run. Yeah, enter student name. This is running out. Enter student id, enter marks. You see student name, student ID. This is the printf. It has printed. Okay, we can assign directly as well. Instead of doing this one, we can do comment it out. I have commented out somewhere and then saved. We can do something like this. Okay, you want to assign? Yeah, assign student name. First student marks also you can assign. Student dot marks equals to 66. This is not required now. And then student dot ID. And then student dot marks equals to. This is a student dot name, correct? Yeah. Student dot name equals to. This is string now. You should not assign like this. You should do strcpy only. Yeah, you can assign like this. This is simple assignment. Execute, compile and run. Directly we'll get the output. Execute, compile and run. You see, student name, student ID, marks 66, whatever the. Okay, there is another way of writing the structures. Let's see some more examples here. Instead of like this, I can do like this. Save. This will also work. Execute, compile and run. See, this is also working. And then let's do some more examples. I can try like this. Student dot name, student ID, student marks. I can assign like this. This will also work. It will take student dot name will be this one, student dot ID equals to this one, student marks equal to this one. It will take automatically. Execute, compile and run. You see student name, it picked this one. Student ID picked this one, whereas student marks picked this one. This is also on one type of adding variables. Let's see another way of. You can use a type df structure student. Now you can use stud. Now stud dot name, comma, this one. You see, I use a type def struct to student st. Now stud. This is the again creating object. This st acts as a user defined variable using type def. And then we can add something like stud.id. Something I have done like this. Execute, compile and run. Yeah, you see all the marks and everything came. You can do something like this as well. Like should be stuck to student. Okay. Now this will also work. Execute, compile and run. See, this is also working. There you can write many ways. Let's see another program. Mm, Structure using arrays. Next program, structure program using arrays. And now, right now, we have done until this one. Struct to student. I want to write some four students. This is the structure array. Array using structures. And then int I is equal to 0 for I less than 2. I am adding only two and two student student details only. See, if I do something like colons empty, this will pick the initialization is this one only. We can do like this as well. Here, what we do some array elements na of I. Same thing we can print like this stud of I. This is array elements. We can do n number of we can store n number of records. I have storing only two records now. I am storing two records. Let's say yeah, this is and then we'll do once again now here. Here again we need to assign here I equals to 0 means I less than 2 means it will again it will go 3 until like that. Now we want to run from 1 from 0 I equals to 0. Let's do save. This is the how we access the array elements in the structure. Execute, compile and run. Let's execute this one. Enter student name, enter student ID, enter marks, enter name, enter ID, enter marks. You see student name, student ID, marks, all things will is coming. Maybe if we put a slash in there so that it will come into new line. Enter student name, student ID, marks, student name, student ID, marks. You see structure using array. It's very simple. This is called structure using array. Array declaration, accessing elements via array. Student of I. This one brackets you should be used for array elements. For printf scanf, everything is similar. Next one, structure using structure within structure, nested structure. You can write structure within structure. Structure student. You can write for marks. You can write struct mass marks, something like you can do. Let it be. This object is MKS. This object is STUD. Let's see nested structure. If you write structure inside the structure, it's called nested structure. If, nested if, for inside for, nested for. Same like that, structure inside structure. Nested structure. Yeah, how to access these nested elements? Enter student name. Student name will be STUD only. Yeah, student marks. Student dot MKS dot. This one is mass marks. This is how you need to access the nested thing, nested member. First, this you got to call this one. Again, you have to call this member. Then only you can access this member. That's why I called first one, second one, third one. Same thing you can copy, paste here. Just remove the arrays thing. Uh, yeah, this is how the nested structure looks. Execute, compile and run. Let's run this one. Request number name in something not a structure or union. Yeah, it's already STUD is there. Yeah, you need not put like this one. It's already object created now. That's why it is showing some error. So with this object we can access like this. Execute, compile and run. Enter student name. Student name it is asking. Student ID, marks. See it is coming. Now the nested is working. This is the nested pattern. First of all, you have to access this object, again this object, then only you can access this member. Okay, this is all about structures. Yeah, we'll see next session with a different topic.